a 2, no lineup for the mini sprint, so we will pick them up as they do come by in even rows of 2. Right now they are up on the speedway in their 4 wide formation. Give them a wave as they come by. The Central New York mini sprints, wingless this time, waving to the crowd on their way by. The salute to you, the race fans. The Central New York mini sprints as they get ready to do battle here, as we will move them into even rows of 2 as they make their way up onto the racetrack. Even rows of 2 will be ready to roll here momentarily. If I could have your attention, please. We do have someone looking for lost personal property, someone looking for a lost Nextel cell phone. If anyone has found a cell phone, you can turn it in at the base of the tower. The owner would be greatly appreciated. Well, looks like the front row, the 56 of Will J. Cox and the number 99 of Mike Kaiser. Up on the front row, the 15M of Bob Sargent down to the inside of row number 2. Outside of him is Daniel Lampron. You can see Lampron starting from the outside row number 2. We'll pick them up as they come down off of turn number 4. Green is going to fly. Green is out. Doobie Woodruff starting back there in 5th spot. The 6th starting position will be the 18 of Jamie Kaiser. Making her way down the backstretch, return into turn number 3 and 4. Working the extreme high side off turn number 4. The 52 car of Daniel Lampron. Working the outside part of the speedway, one of the Canadian campaigner here tonight. Down the backstretch, Lampron working the outside of the racetrack up here into turn number 3, working down off of turn number 4. On the front, it is the 99 car of Mike Kaiser. Kaiser and Lampron, 1-2. Working down into turn number 3. Now it's going to be Doobie Woodruff working down to the inside of turn number 3 here. And Woodruff is going to make his way up into a top 3 running position. So one of the local drivers, Doobie Woodruff with the 27 car, working the turn number 3, in position number 3. Woodruff there in position as they come down off turn 4. Mike Kaiser out front, Danielle Lampron riding in 2nd, Doobie Woodruff there in 3rd, then it is Don Harvey riding in 4th. Harvey all over the back bumper of the 27 of Woodruff that time. Harvey trying to find a lane up on the outside now. Woodruff is going to pull away, and we got cars together up between turn 3 and 4. So cars together between 3 and 4 up here. 2 cars involved, with 5 laps shown on the Kruger excavation. Going back to the pits on the business end of the Gary's Auto Body Wrecker. We're told yellow going to remain out on the speedway. Debris on the front stretch right down here just past the flag stand. Our safety crew's already out here to get it. So we can see it is out.
Nose to tail. Nose to tail, guys. Nose to tail. Do not pass it at all.
Green is out. Back on our way down to turn number 1. Kaiser going to step out off of turn number 2. To a quick lead now over Lampron. Doobie Woodruff looking down to the inside, down in turn number 3. Don Harvey was the feature event winner last time the mini sprints were here. Got one around in turn 4, and that's going to bring yellow out on the speedway once again. Yellow for the Previous restart, Kaiser had scooted out to quite an advantage over Lampron. We'll see if he can do the same once again. Slowly rolling down here, single file to the cone. These cars are directed not to step out of line until they clear the cone. Green is out. Down to turn number 1 they go. Kaiser going to stretch it out once again. Lampron riding there in second. Sargent now going to crack the top 5 off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. He'll move the 15 car up into 5th position and then promptly slide up to the high side. Sargent drifting up off of turn number 4. Will Jaycox drifting back to 6th spot after Sargent getting by for 5th position. Up front, Mike Kaiser right down on the inside rail, that time off turn 4. Side-by-side racing back here for position number 8 as they make their way up here. We've got one sideways in turn 1. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Car down here in turn number 1. Looking for a green as they come down off of turn number 4. Mike Kaiser on the front. Down to turn number 1. Kaiser with about a 4-car length advantage over Daniel Lampron. Doobie Woodruff back there in 3rd spot. Don Harvey Jr. back in spot number 4. Harvey looking at the outside lane of Doobie as they go down to turn number 3. Woodruff on the inside lane, holding tough. Sitting there in position number 3. Harvey back and forth. Sargent rounding out your top 5. That's your top 5 automobiles as they make their way down here into turn number 1, off of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Going to get a halfway sign this time by. It'll be 10 laps in, 10 laps remaining for the 99 of Mike Kaiser. Mike Kaiser right down on the inside rail when they come to turn number 1. Got one around off of turn number 4. That is the 5 of Bubba Broderick once again. Going to be ready to go green off turn 4. Green is out. Kaiser back on the gas. Daniel Lampron back there in the runner-up position. Don Harvey trying to get a run on Doobie Woodruff, but not to be that time. Woodruff now going to get a run on Lampron. Down here into turn number 3. Lampron right back down to the bottom. Going to shut the door on Woodruff. Woodruff to 3rd. 4th will be Harvey. Bob Sargent in 5th. Jared Fink back there in 6th spot. As they work their way down here off of turn number 2, Jared Fink trying to crack the top 5 for the first time tonight with the 21 car. Chris Van Buren on the move now. Van Buren riding back in 7th spot, and Van Buren goes around in turn 2. Keeps it going. He has kept the candles lit, and we will continue under green. So Van Buren, who was making his way up through the field, had made his way to 7th spot, closed in on Jared Fink, and now we got trouble in turn 1. Upside down and over. One car upside down and over on its wheels. Mike Kaiser, the feature event winner, or excuse me, leader, I should say, is the current high point man. So Kaiser riding a good. Daniel Lampron is the 4th place man in points, and Lampron and Harvey are separated by 1 point. So Lampron currently riding in the runner-up position, and Harvey going to have to drop to the tail. 13 are in, 7 remain, and we should be ready to go back green here at the cone as they come down off of turn number 4. Down they come, green is out. Mike Kaiser right back on the gas. Down to turn number 1 they go. Kaiser out front. Daniel Lampron rides there in 2nd. Doobie Woodruff is 3rd. Jared Fink rides there in spot number 4. Then it is Lee Babcock with the 0 car, rounding out your top 5. That's your top 5 cars to make their way down here into turn number 1. Off of turn 2, Kaiser stretching out the lead once again on Lampron. It's going to be 5 to go when they hit the stripe this time by. 15 laps are in, 5 laps remain for Mike Kaiser on the front of this one. Babcock there in 4th spot now. He gets by the 21 of Jared Fink, dealing Fink back to 5th spot. Fink drifting up the speedway off of turn number 4. Fink working the high side of the speedway. Babcock down to the inside. That is the battle for position number 4. Down the backstretch, Mike Kaiser out in front. Down off of turn number 4, 2 to go sign is up for Mike Kaiser. Kaiser gets the 2 to go. Remainder of the field making its way by for the 2 to go sign. Kaiser down to turn 3 this time. Starting to close on the tail of the field, Matt Probia, the 90, the first car that will come into play. James Tomlinson with the 27 T car up there as well. White flag has been displayed to your lead automobiles. Leader down to turn 3 for the final time. Probia just ahead of your leader, but he will not come into play. Here's your winner, Mike Kaiser picks up the win. Kaiser gets the victory. Daniel Lampron finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to Doobie Woodruff. The 0 car of Lee Babcock will finish 4th. And rounding out your top 5 is the 21 of Jared Fink. So that is your top 5 in the Central New York Mini Sprints Wingless Sprint Show. Mike